Aquarius, if you are watching this right now at this exact moment, something in you already knows that everything is about to change. July 22nd carries a shift unlike anything you felt in months. A door you thought was sealed shut is quietly beginning to open, and by the end of this video, I'm going to show you the hidden signs most Aquarius people walk right past without ever noticing. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share might be the exact confirmation your soul has been waiting for. Why this door stayed closed until now. Have you ever wondered why some doors simply refuse to open, no matter how hard you push against them? For a long time now, Aquarius, you felt it. That quiet ache of standing in front of something you wanted so badly, only to watch it stay just out of reach. Maybe it was a job that should have been yours. Maybe it was a relationship that kept slipping through your fingers. Maybe it was simply peace, the kind of peace that lets you sleep at night without your mind spinning through every worst-case scenario. And through all of it, you probably asked yourself the same question over and over. Why not me? Why not now? Here is something you need to hear today, and I want you to really let it settle into your heart. That door was never closed because the universe forgot about you. It was closed because you weren't finished becoming the person who could walk through it and stay. Think about the version of you from a year ago. Think about how much you have healed since then, even in the quiet moments nobody applauded you for. The nights you sat alone and chose to keep going anyway. The relationships you let go of because some small voice inside you whispered that you deserved more, even when you weren't sure you believed it yet. The mornings you woke up exhausted from carrying something invisible and still found a way to show up for your life. None of that was wasted. Every single one of those moments was preparing you for what's coming. There is a woman I want to tell you about. Her name doesn't matter. Only her story does. Because in many ways it is your story too. She spent years chasing a dream that always seemed to dodge her at the last second. Every time she got close, something would fall apart. A partnership would collapse, a plan would crumble, and she started to believe that maybe she simply wasn't meant for the life she pictured for herself. But looking back now, she realized something profound. Every closed door had been protecting her from a version of that dream that would have hurt her in the end. The timing wasn't cruel. It was careful. That is exactly what has been happening in your life, Aquarius. Divine timing doesn't work on your schedule. And honestly, that used to be the hardest lesson for you to accept. You are someone who likes to see the whole picture before you commit. You like logic. You like answers. But some of the most important growth of your life didn't come from answers. It came from the waiting itself. It came from sitting in uncertainty and learning that you could survive it, that you could even grow inside it. Every ounce of patience you practiced, even when you didn't feel patient at all, even when you were breaking quietly on the inside, was shaping you into someone stronger, someone wiser, someone finally ready to hold what's coming without letting it slip away again. And here is the part I need you to really feel. While you were healing, while you were growing, while you thought nothing was happening at all, the universe was not sitting still. Behind the scenes, in ways you could not see and could not yet understand, pieces were already being moved into position just for you. Think about the ripple of a stone dropped into still water. You cannot see the stone once it sinks, but the ripples keep moving outward, touching everything around them. That is what your healing has been doing this whole time, even in silence, even when you felt like nothing was changing at all. Every act of patience sent a ripple outward. Every moment you chose faith over fear sent a ripple outward. And now those ripples are finally reaching the shore. There is another truth I want to gently place in your hands. Sometimes the reason a blessing feels delayed is because it was never meant to arrive in the form you originally imagined. Maybe you pictured a specific job, a specific person, a specific outcome, and when it didn't happen the way you planned, it felt like failure. But Aquarius, what if the version of your life that's arriving now is actually better suited to who you have become? What if the delay was never a no, but a redirection towards something that fits the wiser, steadier, more grounded version of you standing here today. I know it hasn't been easy. I know there were nights you wondered if you had misread every sign, if you had hoped for nothing, if you were simply meant to keep waiting forever. But you are not the same person who first started waiting. You have grown roots in the waiting. And roots, even when they're invisible beneath the surface, are exactly what allow something to stand tall once it finally blooms. Something has been quietly rearranging itself around your life. And Aquarius, you are about to start noticing it. 2. The invisible shift happening around you. Have you noticed that things around you have started to feel different, even if you can't quite explain why? This is the part where I want you to pay close attention, because what I'm about to describe might already be happening in your life right now, even today. Energy shifts before circumstances do. Long before anything visible changes on the outside, something changes on the inside first. And if you know what to look for, you can feel it coming like a change in the air before a storm. Except this storm is bringing something beautiful instead of something to fear. Have you been seeing repeating numbers lately? Maybe it's 111 or 444 or 222 showing up on clocks, receipts, license plates, in the most ordinary places at the most unordinary times. That is not a coincidence, Aquarius. Those numbers are a form of confirmation, a quiet nudge from the universe letting you know that you are exactly where you need to be. Even when your logical mind wants proof you can hold in your hands. Have you had a conversation recently that felt like it came out of nowhere? Maybe someone said something so specific, so perfectly timed, that it almost felt like they were speaking directly to the question you'd been silently asking in your heart. That wasn't random either. The people who cross your path right now are being placed there for a reason, even if you don't understand the reason yet. Have you felt a strange, unexplainable peace settle over you, even during moments that used to send you spiraling with anxiety? That peace is not denial. It is not you pretending everything is fine. It is your spirit finally catching up to the truth that things really are about to be fine, in a way your mind hasn't fully processed yet. And what about the endings? Aquarius, I know endings have been hard for you lately. Maybe a friendship faded, without explanation. Maybe a routine you relied on suddenly fell apart. Maybe something you thought was permanent turned out to be temporary after all. I want you to reconsider what those endings actually were. They weren't punishments. They were clearings. The universe was making space quietly and carefully for something that couldn't exist alongside what you were holding on to. Even your dreams have been trying to tell you something. Have you had unusually vivid dreams lately? Dreams about water, about flying, about people from your past appearing out of nowhere. Your subconscious mind processes shifts long before your waking mind catches up. And lately, yours has been working overtime. And then there are the opportunities, small ones maybe, an unexpected message, an invitation you almost said no to, a thought that popped into your head telling you to try something you never would have considered a few months ago. These are not accidents, Aquarius. They are the first threads of something much bigger, beginning to weave itself together. I want you to pause here for just a moment and really ask yourself, have you felt any of this, even one of these signs? Because if you have, what I'm about to tell you next is going to mean so much more. There's something else worth mentioning here, something subtle that many Aquarius people miss entirely. Have you noticed a sudden pull toward silence? A craving for quiet mornings, quiet drives, quiet moments away from noise and other people's opinions. That pull isn't random either. It is your inner self asking for space to hear the guidance that's trying to reach you. In the middle of all this energetic movement, your soul is asking you to slow down just enough to listen. You might also notice old memories resurfacing without warning. A person you haven't thought about in years might suddenly cross your mind. A place from your childhood might appear in your thoughts out of nowhere. This happens because the universe often revisits the past, right before delivering something new, almost like it's helping you close a final loop before opening the next chapter. And there's one more sign, maybe the most personal one of all. Have you caught yourself in quiet, unguarded moments, imagining a better version of your life, almost involuntarily, not forcing it, not manifesting on purpose, just naturally drifting into a daydream of what could be? That is not wishful thinking, Aquarius. That is your spirit previewing what is already being prepared for you. You are not imagining this shift. You are standing right in the middle of it. 3. The door that finally opens. So what exactly is this door, and what is waiting for you on the other side of it? This is the moment, Aquarius, so take a breath with me, because I want you to really absorb what I'm about to share. For some of you watching, this door is about your career. Maybe you felt stuck in a job that never valued you the way you deserved. Or maybe you've been quietly working towards something new. Something that scares you a little because it feels too good to be real. That opportunity is closer than you think. A conversation, an offer, a sudden shift in direction. Something is coming that will finally reflect the effort you have poured into your growth. You are not being overlooked anymore. For others, this door is financial. Maybe money has felt tight. Maybe you've been stretching every dollar and wondering when things would finally ease up. There is relief coming, Aquarius, in a form you might not expect. It could be unexpected income, a resolved debt, a new source of stability. The tightness you've been feeling in your chest around money is beginning to loosen, even if it doesn't look that way just yet. For some of you, this door leads straight to the heart. Maybe you've been lonely in ways you don't say out loud. Maybe you've been hoping for reconciliation with someone you love. Someone you never stopped thinking about even after everything that happened between you. Or maybe this door isn't about someone from your past at all, but someone entirely new. Someone who is about to walk into your life and make you remember what it feels like to be truly seen. Love, in whatever form it takes for you, is stepping closer. For others, this door is about healing, not romantic healing, but the deeper kind. The kind that happens quietly, in the parts of you that carry old wounds nobody else can see. This door might lead to peace with your family, peace with your past, or simply peace with yourself. And Aquarius, that peace is one of the most powerful blessings you will ever receive, because everything else in your life becomes easier once you find it. For some of you, this door is about confidence. Maybe you've spent so long doubting yourself, second-guessing every decision, wondering if you're really capable of the life you dream about. This door opens into a version of you who finally trusts herself, finally trusts himself, without needing anyone else's permission to move forward. And for some of you, this door is about purpose itself. That quiet, aching feeling that you were meant for something more, something specific, something only you can do. That feeling has never been wrong. It has simply been waiting for the right moment to make sense. And that moment is closer than you realize. Maybe it's creativity returning to you after a long dry spell. Maybe it's a spiritual awakening that changes the way you see everything around you. Maybe it's simply an unexpected blessing, something you never even asked for, arriving exactly when you needed it most. Whatever this door represents for you personally, I want you to feel this deeply. It is not far away anymore. It is not a distant hope you have to keep waiting for. It is close, Aquarius. Closer than it has ever been. I want you to notice something important about all of these possibilities. They are not separate from each other. They are connected, threaded together by the same quiet truth. Every one of these doors requires you to become someone slightly different than who you were before. The career breakthrough asks you to trust your own value. The financial relief asks you to release the fear that money is always scarce. The reconciliation asks you to forgive without losing yourself. The healing asks you to finally put your own peace first. The confidence asks you to stop shrinking. The purpose asks you to stop doubting the very thing that has always felt true in your bones. This is why the door didn't open sooner, and this is why it's opening now. Not because the universe finally decided you deserved it, because you always deserved it, but because you are finally standing in a place where you can walk through it without losing yourself on the other side. Picture yourself 6 months from now, looking back at this exact video. Picture the relief of knowing that the thing you're hoping for right now, the thing that feels so far away tonight, became your reality. Picture yourself telling someone the story of how everything changed, starting from a moment just like this one. A quiet evening when you almost scrolled past this message, but something told you to stay. That future is not out of reach, Aquarius. It is closer than you have allowed yourself to believe. And there is still more to uncover, because opening this door safely requires something from you, too. There is one mistake that could delay everything you've been waiting for, and I need to tell you about it before it's too late. 4. The one mistake that could delay this blessing. What if the very thing standing between you and this blessing isn't the universe at all, but something quieter, something closer to home? I want to be gentle with you here, Aquarius, because this isn't about blame. It's about awareness, and awareness is the first step toward change. The biggest thing that delays blessings like this one is fear disguised as caution. You are someone who prides yourself on thinking clearly, on protecting yourself from disappointment by staying one step ahead of it. But sometimes that same instinct that keeps you safe also keeps you small. Sometimes you talk yourself out of hope before hope even has a chance to prove itself real. Self-doubt works the same way. That inner voice that whispers, "You're not ready," or "This is too good to be true," or "People like you don't get blessings like this." That voice feels protective, but it isn't protecting you at all. It's keeping you from stepping into the very thing you've been praying for. Impatience can quietly sabotage you too. When you've waited so long for something, it's tempting to force it, to rush it, to try to control the timing instead of trusting it. But forcing a door open before it's ready only risks damaging what's on the other side of it. Some things need to unfold exactly the way they're unfolding, even when waiting feels unbearable. Negative thinking is another quiet thief. When you constantly expect disappointment, you close yourself off from noticing the good that's already arriving. You start explaining away the signs instead of receiving them. You call the good conversation a coincidence. You call the unexpected opportunity luck that will probably run out. And little by little, that mindset blocks the very flow you've been asking for. Ignoring your intuition is perhaps the most dangerous mistake of all, because your intuition has been trying to guide you this entire time. That gut feeling telling you to reach out to someone. That quiet nudge telling you to walk away from something that no longer serves you. That instinct telling you it's finally safe to hope again. Your intuition has never once been wrong, Aquarius, even when your logical mind argued against it. And then there's the hardest one to release, holding on to the past, holding on to old versions of people who hurt you, holding on to old versions of yourself who made choices out of fear instead of love, holding on to grief for what didn't work out instead of making space for what's about to. I want you to hear this clearly. None of this makes you weak. It makes you human. Every single person watching this video has struggled with at least one of these patterns. The difference now is that you know. And once you know, you have the power to choose differently. So here is your gentle reminder today. Trust yourself. Stay open. Let go of the fear that has been quietly guarding the door instead of helping you walk through it. Because the moment you release that fear, everything begins to move so much faster than you ever expected. And now, Aquarius, I want to show you exactly how to walk through this door with the kind of confidence that makes sure you never look back. 5. How to walk through this new door with confidence. What does it actually feel like to walk through a door you've been waiting for your entire life? This is where everything comes together. So I want you to really be present with me for the next few minutes. The first step is gratitude, and I don't mean the kind of gratitude you say out of habit. I mean the deep, quiet kind that fills your chest when you look back at everything you've survived and realize you're still standing. Gratitude changes the frequency you're operating on. It tells the universe that you notice the good, that you honor it, and that you're ready for more of it. Start today. Even something as small as being thankful for this very moment, for finding this message at exactly the right time, begins to shift everything. The second step is faith. Not blind faith, but grounded faith. The kind that says, even though I cannot see the whole plan yet, I trust that I am being guided towards something good. Faith doesn't mean you stop asking questions. It means you stop letting the unanswered questions control your peace. The third step is courage. Real courage isn't the absence of fear. It's choosing to move forward while the fear is still there, whispering all its old warnings. Courage might look like sending that message you've been afraid to send. It might look like applying for the opportunity you don't feel fully qualified for. It might look like simply allowing yourself to hope again, even after everything that's tried to convince you not to. The fourth step is emotional balance. As this shift continues to unfold, you might feel a strange mix of excitement and fear at the same time, and that's completely normal. Growth often feels like standing on shaky ground, right before you find solid footing. Let yourself feel both emotions without judging either one. You are allowed to be hopeful and nervous in the very same breath. The fifth step is listening to your intuition. Truly listening, the way you would listen to someone you love and trust completely. When something feels right, even if it doesn't make perfect logical sense, honor that feeling. When something feels wrong, even if everyone else says it should be fine, honor that too. Your intuition has been preparing for this moment just as long as you have. The sixth step is taking inspired action. Not frantic action driven by fear, but calm, intentional steps guided by that quiet inner knowing. The universe meets movement halfway. It rewards the person who takes the first step, even when they cannot see the whole staircase yet. The seventh step is forgiveness. Forgiving the people who hurt you, not because what they did was okay, but because carrying that weight any longer will only slow down your own becoming, and just as importantly, forgiving yourself. For the choices you made when you didn't know better. For the years you spent doubting your own worth. For every moment you weren't as patient or as strong as you wished you could be. You were doing the best you could with what you knew at the time, and that is enough. And the final step, Aquarius, is simply believing in divine timing. Trusting that everything that felt late was actually right on time. Trusting that the door opening now, on July 22nd, is opening at the exact moment you are finally ready to walk through it and stay. Close your eyes for just a moment if you can, and imagine yourself stepping through that door. Imagine the relief, imagine the joy, imagine finally exhaling after holding your breath for so long. That feeling is not far away anymore. It is standing right in front of you, waiting for you to take the first step. I want you to remember something. As this new chapter begins to unfold, you do not have to have every answer right now. You do not have to know exactly how this is all going to happen. You only have to keep showing up, keep choosing faith over fear one small moment at a time, and keep trusting that the same force that carried you through every hard season is the same force gently guiding you now. This has never been something you had to force into existence. It has simply been waiting for you to stop resisting it and start receiving it. This entire message, Aquarius, comes down to one simple truth. This was never about luck. It was never about being chosen randomly while others were overlooked. This is about becoming ready. And you are ready now. Every delay made sense. Every closed door protected you. Every quiet season of healing was preparing you for a blessing that could not have found you any sooner, because you were not yet the person who could hold it, protect it, and let it stay. Now you are. I want you to silently repeat this affirmation with me, right where you are sitting. I am ready. I am worthy. My door is opening now, and I am walking through it with faith, with courage, and with peace. Let those words settle into you. Let them remind you, on the hard days ahead, that you already knew this was coming. If you believe you are walking through this new door, I want to hear it from you. Comment, "I am ready," below, right now, and let this be your declaration to the universe that you are stepping forward. Tell me which part of this message resonated with you the most. Was it the invisible signs? Was it the door itself? Was it the mistake you realized you've been making without even knowing it? I read every single comment, and I would love to hear your story. If this message found you at the right time, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Turn on notifications so you never miss the guidance meant specifically for you, because there is so much more coming, Aquarius, and I don't want you to miss a single word of it. Until next time, walk gently, walk bravely, and walk forward, knowing that the door you've been waiting for has already begun to open. You are protected. You are guided. And you are exactly where you're meant to be.